What's up? Episode 143. Let's have a Monday party. Grab a drink. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. What the fuck was that? Wow, that was weird. The music skipped. I'm using totally analog setups here. What's up, everybody? Come on in. I'm using vinyl and CDs. Come on. All right. Oh, we got a group in here already. Excellent. Excellent. Tonight's a loose show, just so you know. Ooh, I love it. Bizzle, Zaffron, Camille, Tony, Atomic Pirate Girl. Who else is in here? Achilles, what's up? Tony, my sister's in here. What's up, sis? Yeah. Party on, everybody. Come on in. I'm just getting situated here. I am drinking good old-fashioned Turkey Hill iced tea tonight. That's right. They're not paying me. Cheers. Grab a drink. I've got a lot of little things to talk about tonight. Our episode is a loose one with discussion. Last week was crazy. We'll talk about that too. It was great. I loved it. Yeah, if you're new, hi. Nice to meet you. Come on in. This is a chat, meaning it's live. There's people chatting. Say hi. If I don't know you, say hi. If you're an old friend and you have some weird name in here that I don't know who you are, say hi. Yeah. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. Oh, my mom's in here. What's up, Mama? Hatham Thorn? Well, the Turkey Hill brand, I like it a lot because it's not too sweet. It doesn't taste like syrup. It's a little bit more on the tea end. Yeah, come on in. I have not a lot of notes tonight. It's funny, some of the shows where I don't have a lot of notes end up being the better ones. Go figure. What else before we get rolling here? If you're new, please, listen. This is a new channel. I just got over the 1,000 mark. It's very hard to get followers. Hit the like and subscribe if you can. If you are... Ooh, Sir Dionysio. Ooh, I like that name. Dionysio the Pandemonious. What a name. Yeah. Oh, I got an itch. Hold on. If you have an itch, you might as well scratch it, right? There it is. I want to say, if you like donating, go ahead. There's a donation button below, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to get followers. Please spread the news. The algorithms are not friendly. Look below. You will see a link to a company called Goblinko. They make a game. Today's the last day to get their awesome game half price. I don't work for these guys. I'm friends with them. It's my favorite game. I only promote them out of... I want them to succeed. They are an independent company. I support independent companies. So, Goblinko, they have a half price sale. If you're a game nerd, check out Degenerates. They don't do the half price deal too often. So, check it out. I plan on running, in the near future, live Dungeon Degenerate gaming. I'm going to use this camera, the camera for down here, and I'm going to get 2 more cameras. One for a dice roll, and another for the characters. So when I click over, you can see the characters and the monsters. And I plan on doing that in the winter. live gaming where I actually let the audience help me decide what to do. You can play Dungeon Degenerates alone, and people can kind of suggest what to do. It's pretty cool. What else? Oh, yeah, my Wacky Mart is up and running. So, if you go to cardoneswackymart.com, link below in the description of the show, I have some items up, and some of them are going, and there's only a few left, and there's some cool stuff in there. So, check it out. I've got some really cool things that would make presents. There's some cool gift items in there. I keep adding stuff every now and then. There's about 5 or 6 items in there now. I'm going to add some really unique stuff soon. So check it out. And, we lost Shane McGowan. The Pogues. I will raise a non-alcoholic beverage, because I don't drink. Wow, Camillo. Bada bing, bada boom. Grazie, very, very much. Camillo with a donation live. That means a lot to me, actually. Thank you. Kaboom. Yeah, no, it means a lot. I work for a living doing shows, and whenever someone tips me, I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Wow. So check this out. Shane McGowan. Yes. Back at you, brother. I remember staying up and watching Saturday Night Live. Any Pogues fans in here? And the Pogues were on, and they opened with White City. And I'll never forget it. Shane was visibly drunk, but on point. You could see his rotten teeth, which I appreciate in a celebrity. I also remember the musicians being very good, and the tin whistle player, and just being like, wow, blew my mind. And I was an immediate fan. Little did I know he was never allowed back again. But I really like him. I think he really is a good lyricist. He's not a singer, but his voice has a lot in it. You can feel it, for real, you know? There's an honesty to it. So yeah, Shane McGowan. And we also lost, oh yes. I used the Pogues as my opening music for my magic show for years. When I was in high school, my opening song that I came out to was Gridlock off of Peace and Love. We also lost Geordie Walker from Killing Joke. Actually, the Killing Joke record right here. Haha. Yeah. Killing Joke, the guitar player died. Unexpectedly, I'm guessing. Heart attack, common thing to kill you. So, Geordie Walker, many years of good music. Cheers. You done well. And another thing that we lost 2 days ago, Kiss. They played their last show. I had friends that went. I didn't have a desire to go. Oh, wow. Did he really live in Metro Detroit? I didn't know that. Did anybody care to see it? I watched all the videos. I cheered them on. I'm a fan of Kiss. They are, to me, not only a part of my childhood and growing up and my party life. I did see them live many times. But they are, to me, like McDonald's, Coca-Cola. They are a Disney, Mickey Mouse. They are cultural exports to the world that represent what America is, can be. On an artistic level, on a music level, they were that. For, middle-class guys from Queens that really did bust their butt in the beginning, and they made it pretty damn big. Some people criticize their open greediness. They're very famous for that. But I will say they wrote some damn good songs. They also, they created a rock spectacle that just 2 days ago was one of the biggest ones in the world. And now they're going to make themselves virtual. meaning I guess they'll make guest appearances here and there as animated characters. I have a funny feeling Paul will do some of his own solo stuff, even though his voice is wrecked. If you want to do some fun, watch... oh, wow, great question from Hatham Thorne. How long do we have until Kiss is in the public domain? Wow. Yeah, you could... I mean, I listen to their live sound. They use backing tracks, and I think they use... On the lead vocals, a few times, they use a track. And I noticed it. I was watching for it. If you watch the songs where Paul sounds really good, I don't think he's singing. If you watch the video, the song, the disco song, I Was Made for Loving You, he sings it perfectly. And it's not possible. There's no way. So, the life of the author plus 70 years. Wow, okay. Pretty cool. One day Kiss will be public domain. That's kind of cool. You know who comes public domain soon? Conan the Barbarian. Very soon. It's going to open up. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to talk about that tonight because it's going to open it up to independent, low-budget renditions of Conan. You know, that's kind of cool. What else do I have to say about Kiss? I got to see them with makeup, without makeup. I got to play in a festival with them, and I got to see them as another festival goer in the barrier. And I remember when I saw them, what was the opening song at that tour? I don't think it was Detroit, it might have been. Anyway, they were coming down on these massive elevators, and I was like, whoa! And I looked, and beside me was Gene's son, and on the other side was Doc McGee. They were just standing there. I was like, oh, hi, wow, oh my God. They kicked us out of the barrier after 3 songs. You weren't allowed to hang out there. But at any rate, I got to see the first 3 songs there. And then they were the only band that made the festival goers clear the dressing areas. Nobody else did that, not even Bob Dylan. They didn't want anybody near their entrance backstage, which was a little snobby because there was some other very famous musicians there. A24 Conan. That's what I'm talking about. So, I wanted to show something tonight on the show. If you follow my Instagram, I posted it the other day, but I'm going to show it again. It's short. This is the great Tom Schneider interviewing Kiss. You can visibly see in the entire interview, I highly recommend it, Gene getting annoyed at Ace. Ace is definitely drunk. And Tom Snyder and him have a little back and forth. And Tom Snyder makes sort of a gay joke. And then Ace goes for it even more. I mean, it's outrageous that this was television, what, 30 years ago? 40 years ago? I mean, it's outrageous. I'm going to play it right now. You have to see this. And then I'm going to tell a quick Ace Frehley story. But he is definitely wild. Check this out.
At Hardy's. Tell me about your outfits. I mean, did you design your own outfits, all of you? And tell me what each outfit means. And I'll start with you, Ace.
Well, that means a cucumber. I think this outfit is self-explanatory. I mean, you know, this is part of a kind of a V shape. This is my utility belt, and we don't want to go any below than my waist area because that's reserved for concert payers. Yeah.
I understand that. But, and after it's all over, they say, this is what we paid for.
And that's why they always feel short. I stole this from Flash Gordon, and, you know, I have my cape here.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber. On the side.
Well, listen, I got a little piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it. Oh, you wanted it, but I was dead.
You old sweet talker, you. But I'll tell you, I read on the sheet that they gave me where they said that it's hard to get you out of your shell.
It's hard for me to talk. I'm very introverted.
Try to cheer down. That you wanted to go for a ride in the first spaceship or a rocket ship or something like that.
Are you referring to the space shuttle?
The space shuttle.
That is hilarious. Tom Snyder going, "You old sweet talker, you." I mean, really, that's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Later on in the interview, they're talking about traveling. I mean, he rules. So later on in the interview, he gets ready to make a Hitler joke. He literally does. He gets ready to do the Zeke Heil sign, and just as he's getting ready to do the joke, Gene goes, "Don't do it." He actually yells, "Don't do it," across the table there. You gotta see the interview. It's outrageous. It's hard to believe. Gene and Paul are trying to talk business, and Ace is in party mode. So, I don't know if I've ever told this story here. I might have once, but if not, here it is. This is my Ace Frehley story. Mind you, I am a huge fan. I like him. I like his music. I'm not so into his, like Cesar Romero. I'm not so into his, like, he just put out a song the other day. It's fine. It's good. It's, you know, it sounds like Ace Frehley Kiss song. So, did he really? Oh, that's cool if he did. So, I was playing at Don Hills, New Year's Eve, I don't know what year. 1998, 99, maybe, something like that. Maybe 2000. No, it wasn't 2000. And we were playing a sold-out show New Year's Eve. It was amazing, right? It's like, wow, okay. And the sound booth, I always played on the left side, and the sound booth wasn't far. It was like 5 or 6 rows back. It was right there, but it was off way on the side. So it was like way over here on the side, and like, you know, here's the venue. And I remember I was playing, and Ron, our friend Ron Guerra, was yelling at me like, "Yeah, come here!" And I was like, I was playing, and I was like, "What?" And he's going, "Look in the booth!" And I'm like, the booth is not far. It's right there. And it's, you know, it's hard to see. And I'm looking, and there is somebody in the booth with the sound guy. There's always a few people in there. And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Look in the booth!" And then he realized I wasn't going to be able to see who's in the booth. I mean, I couldn't see. And he goes, "It's Ace Frehley!" And it really looked like kind of like this ugly man. Like, I mean, really, like, just kind of, he looked kind of banged up and puffy. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right, here we have another Ace. Okay. Eric Carr, which is a great name, Eric Carr, has a tattoo of Ace, and you got to meet him, had him sign your arm. And then, oh, wow, that's great. So, Ace is there, right? And he's in the booth, and it's midnight, New Year's Eve. Ace is there. He had a lady with him, a younger lady, way younger than him. And then we played our show, and he watched the whole show. I was like, wow, I can't believe he's here. And he went to our dressing room. And so we went down, you know, I don't think anybody watching had ever been to a squeeze box show. If you don't know, it would take me 30, 40 minutes to get to the dressing room through the crowd because how crowded it would get. Like, uncomfortably, like, you can't even move. So I get down to the dressing room, way down the basement, down in the back. We might have been in Don's office at that point. And there's Ace hanging out with us all night with his lady. And at some point, someone's like, "Yo, do some card tricks for him," which happened quite a bit at shows. I would always end up doing something fun in the dressing room. And I did something I was good at, right? You know, you always start with a good one. And he went, "Yeah, I don't like it." I was like, wow. I don't think anybody's ever said that to me. So I did another one. He's like, "Nah, I don't like it. Nah, it's okay." Like, he was criticizing these tricks that I do. So then I did my voice throwing, and he bugged out. He freaked out. Then he liked all my tricks. It took him a second to like me. And then, here's a funny memory. I had just learned a dirty joke that uses an envelope. And I wish I remembered it. I could probably find it. Somebody watching probably knows it. It's where you take an envelope and you cut it up with scissors and tell a story. And at the end, the punchline of the joke matches this paper cutout. And the joke was a priest joke. And it looks like it has a collar of a priest with a you-know-what standing at full attention. And that's what it looks like. The envelope has a giant you-know-what and a little priest collar. And it's some dirty joke with a priest. And I remember Ace went, "Hey, I'm Christian. I'm Lutheran. Come on." And I was like, "Ace, it's actually a Catholic joke." And he went, "Oh, okay." I remember that. I remember having that weird... I remember he was drinking a lot, and his lady was kind of keeping an eye on him. And I guess eventually they left. I think I might have left before he left. I didn't stay with him the whole time. I had friends that I had to go party with. But that's my Ace story. I got to hang out with him for a while. It was really fun. I'm sure there's a million Ace stories. He really was kind of a riot. I'm sure he was hard to tour with. I'm sure he got in the way with business and a functioning band. And that's why they gave him the boot. But Kiss, yeah, cheers. I'll raise a glass. I saw them without makeup, and they were pretty damn good. I saw the Hot in the Shade tour. There's a good video of that online. I hope you liked my story. All right, let's get into the meat of the show, shall we? I have a good group here tonight, and I'm very thankful. News pick. Here we go. Tonight's show's called Hollywood Sucks. Oh, hey, Serena. What's up? Tonight's show's called Hollywood Sucks and the End of the Year, and I intend to do a little rant on Hollywood, and I am going to give you a Godzilla film review right now, and I am going to go over the year. Not that I'm done doing episodes, but there's only a few left, and I might only have one more in me before the end of the year. New Year's Day, I might do an episode, because New Year's Day is on a Monday. Meat. Is that referring to my post earlier? I did have meatloaf for dinner. Are you predicting my dinner? I got a good Hollywood rant. I'm going to do it right now. Before I give you my Hollywood rant of why Hollywood sucks, Godzilla opened up this last Thursday. It cost $15 million to make. It's a Toho film from Japan. And it cost $15 million to make. It's up to $35 million. It's playing all over the world. It's breaking box office records. It has a 98% Rotten Tomatoes. Every single review I have read said it was a masterpiece, wonderful, blah, 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 blah. Endless accolades. Check it out. Blah, blah. I saw it yesterday. I got choked up at least 30 times. I was getting weepy in the action sequences. When the movie was over, I turn around and look at the theater, and I saw lots of grown men crying. I saw ladies crying. I didn't see many kids in the theater. Let me tell you what. I'm telling you, you gotta go see the new Godzilla movie. It's not what you're thinking. It's beyond that. You could get rid of Godzilla, and it's a pretty good movie. No kidding. Not joking. The acting, the writing, the pacing, the editing, the sound design. Can you believe they've been making Godzilla movies without using the theme song? When you see this, you go, oh, okay. You know, it's like doing a Jaws movie without the Jaws theme. It's ridiculous. This movie has everything you want in a Godzilla movie. Everything. It has all the tropes and stereotypes, but they're not cheesy. They're real. It's very real. And the story is touching, a serious subject. This movie to me blew away Oppenheimer in its messaging, in its feel and vibe. It takes place right after World War II. and it's got a really dark story. Very dark. Something that reflects what's going on in the world today with a lot of the wars going on. I really think it's an important movie. It's sad that it probably won't make it to the Academy Awards. Crappy. Can you believe the movie Get Out had 4 nominations? 4 nominations for an Academy Award, and it might have won one. Go watch Get Out if you haven't seen it in a while. It's not good. The people that liked it don't watch horror films. I swear. I'll debate it with anybody. That plot was... When that movie started, I was in. I was like, this is great. And within about 40 minutes, I was like, no. I thought it was going to do something that it didn't do, and it went down the most stereotypical crap. And then it got 4 nominations, and Hereditary didn't. Please explain that to me. Please. Hereditary didn't. We'll get to Onyx the Fortuitous. That's another wonderful independent movie. Godzilla is the special effects make a mockery of these Marvel trash heaps and these Disney remake trash heaps that they keep putting out. Are they trying to tank their own company? Really? It looks like that. It looks like they're actually trying to tank. Look at Indiana Jones. What are they doing? Who do they think they're fooling? How stupid are they? There are that many business people involved in the arts now? It's ridiculous. Oh no, this Godzilla movie is not getting the attention it should. It's breaking records. It's a fantasy movie done right. It's serious. Oh. I mean, when you see they dropped the new trailer for the new American Godzilla movie. Was Back to the Future nominated? I don't remember that long ago. The new Godzilla movie they dropped the new trailer. It's the American one, right? Legendary Pictures. Yeah, it looks fine, but it looks like a Marvel movie. It has the same look, feel, style as a Marvel movie. It has all the tropes of that Marvel genre, using a few of the Japanese things. It is not Japanese in any way, shape, or form other than it has Godzilla in it. They're not bad. I don't hate them. They're fine, but well, it's not just business people in the arts. It's everybody thinks they're an artist. Everybody's rich cousin thinks they're an artist, and somehow gets the job. That's what it seems like to me. It's nepotism with everybody's little rich buddies, and it's not good. Poor people make good art. Poor people make the best art. I'll debate that with any rich person. It's funny, I've posted that once on Facebook. Poor people make the best art, and you should have seen the haters! People bringing up really famous conceptual artists that were rich guys in the beginning. I thought it was quite funny. But no, meaning rock and roll, jazz, all the modern art forms, hip-hop, all the modern art forms that everybody loves that turned into these things started off by poor people not having much and using what they had in front of them to create. And in a low-budget film, you don't have a big budget, so you got to be creative. You got to cut corners. You got to make decisions where you imply things without showing, which means you got to be creative. When you can do anything you want, it ruins it in a way because it doesn't create natural limitations. Well, that's it. Misery is where you realize it is the actual part of the story. It has to exist. It's the balance. It's the take and take. The give and the pool. It's part of the deal. Comics. What's comics? Comic books or comedians? Because a lot of comedians started off as bums. That's why bands often get bad when they get rich. And yeah, well, it's true. It is true. You know, when you make your first album as a poor rock and roll band, your whole life is in that record. Every other one after that's you playing quick catch up. You know, like it's hard. But Disney owns Star Wars, Muppets. I think they own Wizard of Oz. They own the Peanuts. They own comic books. True. Yeah. Everybody steals from comic books. All the writers steal, all those damn Hollywood writers. What else does Disney own? Star Wars. Oh, Indiana Jones. I can keep going. They own a lot. They're buying up all of our beloved myths and ruining them. I refuse to sit and watch that Indiana Jones. I know people that liked it, but why would I bother? Why? Even just the look of it looks bad. Here's a story. I wrote a kid's book with Stuart Palm. Do I have a copy here? I do. Look. And it's actually quite extraordinary, and it's never been published. It's actually here. I'll show you some of the splash here. I mean, honestly, this book. So we wrote this book. It's about a magic show haunted house. Anywho, they told me that to get a kid's book published where the art is done already and the book is done is near damn impossible. And here's why. And I learned this through the rock and roll business. Oh, we got a good chat in here, people. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. They removed the signature punch. Did they? I didn't know that. That sound. Ooh, yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. Lame. Exactly. I mean, it's just stupid. Stupidity. Absolutely. They're trying to tank themselves. I was told this, and I was told this by the music business too. They don't want you to have... In the music business, if there's a band that looks good and writes good music, they don't like that. They like it when you're deficient in one category because it lets them plug in a formula that's proven success. And once they have a couple formulas, they're gonna plug them in. So if you're an ugly band and you look like a bunch of schleps, but you write good songs, no problem. They'll hire a stylist. They'll tell you what to wear that's cool. If you look cool and you can't write music, great. We have pop writers. You guys show up in your outfits, we'll write you the songs. If you do both, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle that. That's what that's what they told my band. They're like, well, you write cool tunes and you guys have a look and there's nothing to do. So we're not giving you money. Same thing. Well, it's not that they want to mold you. They have to mold you because they have to make the money back quickly. It's not about want. It's have to. That's it. There's so much money involved that they put it up. They want their money back. They want to make money. They don't give it for fun. They give you money to make money. If it was for fun, it would be different. But that's the problem. So same with the book business. If you go to Barnes & Noble's right now and walk in the kids section, you won't see books that have 1970s style book art. This is I wanted it to look 1970s, you know? Coloring, style, the whole thing. They don't have that. They have a very new, modern, specific style that little kids' eyes are used to that they test marketed. They know which artists work. They spend money on this they spend money to test market these things. The colors, the shapes, the lettering. They're not dumb. They want to make a lot of money. So you write the story, they find the artist. If you're a drawer that draws in that style, they'll find you the books. So, you know, someday I'll self-publish this. I think it's a really good book. I do. It has a story that not only rhymes, but the magic tricks that happen in here can actually be done as a show. I wanted this to be one of those things where a magician could read this and actually perform it, even though it's not what it is. So, anywho, yeah, Disney, I'm not quite sure. I mean, the Little Mermaid and all these new movies coming out, my problem is it's just animated again. It's not live action. It's animated. It's computer animation, but it's animated. I don't want to see that. I don't. Thank you very much. I can't. They're animated. It's like, okay, it's another version of an animated movie. Why don't they save all the money? Here's some advice. I think Bob Iger just stepped down, but how about this? for all the dummies that want to make money. Why not, instead of spending a dime, re-release some of the old ones and spend money in a new trailer and hype it a bit? What's wrong with you? Do you know how many people would go see some of those classics again? You could even package a few of them and put them in the movie theater. Really, I'm confused. Re-release the old Indiana Jones movies at the theater. Clean them up a bit. Maybe make a new print so it's a little sparklier. I don't know, but save the money. We don't need that. In the 50s, they did all those revivals that did well, like Wizard of Oz. Show that at the movie theaters again. What's wrong with you people? The Star Wars, I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars movies. I won't. I'm done. I've had it. I can't keep up. Marvel, I stopped way in the middle somewhere. I can't keep up. Well, they can't release the old Star Wars because the original print he doesn't want anybody to ever see again for some dumb reason. He wants you to see that new digital crap. But yeah, I am so happy that Terrifier 2 cost $200,000. It made $20 million. Onyx, the Fortuitous, I don't know what it's going to make, but it cost $600,000. He's going to make his money back. That movie is really great. Sound of Freedom. I didn't see it. I will see it eventually. Some people are painting it as a conservative movie, whatever that means. But that was an independent movie that did well. What else was there? Well, the A24 movies do well, and they're low budget. Oh, here's an example. The new Godzilla movie, made by Toho, cost $15 million, has the same budget as the Eli Roth Thanksgiving horror film. What? I don't even know what to say. I mean, I can't even think about that. A low-budget Hollywood horror film, Thanksgiving. I mean, it has some gore in it. It has some blood and guts. Mostly CG, right? A little practical, but still a lot of CG. And then Godzilla, which is a period piece and a fantasy science fiction horror movie with a giant lizard that looks very realistic, with warships, airplanes, all looking real and not animated. That costs the same amount of money as the Thanksgiving movie. Stop and think about how much money's wasted on nonsense. Nonsense! Garbage, nonsense, stupidity. It's burning money. It's ridiculous. I saw Rogue One. I remember liking it and then seeing it again and not liking it. Meaning like, it's the same story as the first Star Wars movie, done over a bit. Onyx definitely is going to do a new movie. He could do a completely different story with the same character. Kind of how Pee-wee, each one of his movies is a different everything, but he's exactly the same. Or he could do a direct sequel. I mean, it ends with a cliffhanger. So, don't spoil the end, but it's definitely good. Indiana Jones was perfect the first time. So, yeah. I agree. Rogue One, I don't know if I mean, it looked good. I remember liking the effects and thinking it looked nice. The new Ghostbusters, the new trailer looks pretty good. I hope it has lots of Bill Murray in it. It probably doesn't. But, I don't know. Maybe that works. I don't know. I just did an Onyx. I honestly, it might work. Look, I don't mind when you bring back an old character. Just hire better writers. Get rid of Hollywood trash actors and writers. Get them out. Please, take some risks. Spend less money and take some risks. Okay? That's what I want. I want less money, more risk. Imagine if DC and Warner Brothers, whoever else owns all the Batman characters, opens it up to some independent people and says, hey, let's make a series of Batman films using the villains and make them all low budget. You know, Let's make them $10 to $15 million movie. Hollywood movie, big ones, but $10 million, not 100. It's a joke. It's an absolute. Terrifier 2 cost $200,000. $200,000. My Toilet Boy record costs more than that. Seriously, 20 years ago, we spent more money on our record. It's a joke. Yeah, they're wasting my time and yours. We all need to stop even sort of supporting them. That's all it is. If you stop supporting them, they will go away. They'll change it up. They're right now trying to ruin the internet because they're losing business to this kind of crap. Look, you guys here watching now, I have a handful of people that decided to tune into me and not some crappy Monday night crap. Yeah, Beetlejuice might be good. Who knows? It might be. I mean, again, it doesn't mean something good can't come out. It just really... Yeah, I mean, as soon as I notice virtue signaling in a film, I'm out. I don't want to notice it. If you're a real artist, here's what I have to say about the woke crap that everybody's, noticing. If you notice it, they didn't do their job. As an artist, that's what I'll say. I remember someone telling me in theater school, if the director has to write director notes in the program so that you understand his directing, he failed. And I always thought that with politics in film and politics in nightclubs. If you have a politic to sneak it in. Make it hidden. Make your virtue signaling non-noticed. As soon as no one notices it, you might get the message across. If you're noticing it, you're not going to get the message across. That's what I have to say to Hollywood. If you have some message to give, they don't have a message to give. All of the virtues they're trying to signal aren't because they feel them. It's because they want you to see that they are doing it. That's different. That is a completely different reason. And that's why we don't like it. That's why people are annoyed by it. You're like, oh, okay. Well, subtlety is what magic is. That's what magic is to me. Real magic. If I'm going to influence you, you can't notice it. I have not seen Beetlejuice. I might have saw a teaser. I'm going to be honest. I didn't love the original Beetlejuice. I didn't hate it. I saw it when I was a kid at the movies. I liked it, but it came and went. It was not my favorite. I didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was Beetlejuice. I don't remember much other than Gina Davis being pretty good. I think Wino Ryder's in it, and she's pretty good. Yeah, I don't remember much. Tim Burton movie. I like some Hollywood films. I do. I really do. There's a few that get through that are, have something to say. But, I mean, look at, what was that other one? A few years ago. Everybody made a big deal. Oh, The Irishman. Oh, my God. What? Did anybody like that? Is anybody watching that saw The Irishman? I was like, I'm ready for a nap. Beetlejuice. That's right. You say his name 3 times. Oh no, is he going to show up? Well, it's creativity. You can't invent, you can't make it. It happens. And creative people are usually creative when they are put under a little pressure, lacking in budget, stressed out, on drugs. I can keep going. People are creative when they have something to get over, a hurdle. Oh yeah, all right, you too, Lord Lorcan. Same thing. Yeah, I 45 minutes. I remember there's just a lot of I didn't like the way it looked. It looked digital and everything looked crispy and weird and here's the other problem I didn't like about it. A lot of people watch these mafia movies, especially that one, and they think it's a real historical kind of a thing, and it's not. That guy that wrote the book that claims that here's the story of what happened to Jimmy Hoffa, the real gangsters that are still alive are like, that guy's not telling the truth. Let me see. So, all right, so here's someone that liked The Irishman. So Melissa says, I feel like Hollywood is trying to cash in on past success when some of the films were original. I don't know. It looks like that the industry has been churning along now for a long time. They have formulas that have seemed to work. The Hollywood as somebody we put on a pedestal has been wrecked. It's not the same. Because we have access to their personal lives in a very meta level now, it's like Behind the Music ruined a lot of bands for people because we didn't know anything about them. And now you learn all about them and you're like, they're kind of losers. I never liked the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know why. Never liked them. I never liked their music. I never liked them for some reason. Something irritated me. Today, I watched an interview of them. 90s, maybe. And it kind of made me realize in detail of why I don't like them. Like, their character defects were all over this interview. And I was like, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it, I knew it. Like, there it is. And, it's all trying to reinvent Shakespeare plots, says Bill, which is kind of true. Unfortunately, Shakespeare types of people aren't around to help. That's the problem. He really was an actor and a poet. You know, Shakespeare himself was an actor, a performer. It is a cash grab, quality over quantity. That's it. It's quantity over quality. And there's a formula. And now I think the problem is, and the reason why they're losing money, we don't like the celebrity stuff anymore. They're not celebrities like they used to be. I don't think we hold them. You know, when you see them picketing in the picket line, you're like, I don't really care. Boo-hoo. All right, you know. So, and the fact that a lot of celebrities now are very vocal with their politics, bad idea. Don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like I don't like politics getting involved in some of this stuff. I really don't. I don't like it in my nightclub work. Whenever I go to a nightclub show, I really appreciate neutral. No jokes on politics. People are leaving their homes to come see a nightclub show, not to see the same kind of humor that's on television. That's my opinion, but I hold it to my heart. Well, Behind the Music changed a lot. It was a very addicting show for a while. I mean, that was a big deal. Mother's Milk, I don't know. I don't like their music. I never liked it. It's like watered down everything. That genre of rock, bleh. I was listening, when that stuff was getting popular, I was listening to Gwar and Danzig. To me, that was... yeah, the political talk is lame. I've had it. I know why they're doing it. I can see it. I swear, the actors are the worst when it comes to virtue signaling. In my personal, I've written some good essays on this one. It has to do with lack of purpose and how many actors actually in their heart know they're losers, that they aren't meaningful. And they doubt themselves. And the ones that are meaningful doubt themselves. So when you give them an outside of the realm of being nothing but a dumb fantasy actor, or, a part in a TV show that means nothing, they grab it by the cojones and take it all the way. Do you know how many people the people that were the loudest online during the coof, the lockdowns and all the coof stuff? The people that were the loudest online, yelling and screaming about how to behave correctly, most of them from my end were all the performer types. They took the mantle of, I'm going to hold the scepter the beacon of light on how to behave correctly, and I don't like it. Makes me vomit. It literally gags me. They are so over the top. I agree, yeah. Yeah, the rock star are not allowed to be rock stars anymore. Wow. It was said that the loss of DVD sales made the studios have to rely on box office sales. Okay, interesting. So they're afraid to take risks, obviously, which makes them recycle past successes. Yep, that's it. There it is. So they don't sell DVDs anymore. So why don't they, they can't keep making new formats for us to buy. The Blu-ray and the 4K or whatever, I still buy them. I'll tell you all right now, buy them. Buy DVDs, buy Blu-rays. The digital stuff isn't all available. I don't think Dawn of the Dead's available. Right now, look and see if Dawn of the Dead's on any digital format. I don't think it is. And if a movie gets banned, if Disney deems one of their old movies not politically correct, it's gone. You're not going to see it. Look at Star Wars. You can't get the original Star Wars. It's gone. They really have... It's terrible. So, what do? Well, so if they want to sell tickets at the movie theater, why don't they do what they did in the 30s and 40s? Incorporate live entertainment. Bring back the spook show. In front of the horror movie, put a magician, put a comedian, put a live band, make it a party. Work on it. Stop relying on the industry. This is why I'm not a union industry guy. Everybody relies on this thing, this machine. It's like, you got to pull it out. You got to start all over. Look around. You can still make good movies. We all still like to leave the house and go to a good theater. I saw Godzilla on the bigger format. It's free on YouTube, I know. But is it a good print? It's probably not a good print. Certain episodes of Always Sunny in Philly are taken off streaming sites. Yeah, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. Jason said it. I don't trust digital longevity, which none of us should. So I buy CDs, records, and DVDs. I do too. That's right. The mouse could make even more bank by releasing original theatrical cuts of stuff. No kidding! All of us would go see it. Would it just put... I don't get it. It's ridiculous. Think of how many great movies we would go see at the movie theaters again. It's ridiculous. Well, so what does this all mean? Let's wrap this up. Not wrap it up, but let's bring it to the year. What kind of a year did we all have? I want to tell you about my year. Financially, last December, I had one of the busiest Decembers I've had in 12 years. I'm not kidding. It was insane. This December, not looking that good. It's okay, but it's not like last year. So last year I had this great December. I had an okay January, an okay February. May was and then the rest of the year, it was okay. But I expected it because of December to keep moving up. And that's not what happened. So it went up and then it went back down to like, and then October could have been busier. That should be busy. It's okay. Could have been busier. So everything could have been a little busier. And inflation. So, funny story. A few months ago, my mother's watching. Hi, Mama. I grocery shop with my mother once a week. And I will tell you, we actually have a good time. It's fun. We make fun of people and we make fun of life. we goof around. It's fun. She's in here now watching. She'll agree, I'm sure. And we were leaving the grocery store, looking at our receipts, comparing them, and just being like, oh my God, it's double. Our grocery bill's doubling. As we're leaving, two people walk up to us with cameras, and they're like, "Hi, we're with the newspaper." I forget which news they were with. One of the big ones. News Channel 11? I don't know which one. And they were like, "Hi, we were here to ask if your grocery bill is a little higher." And we were like, "Oh my God, that's what we're doing right now. It's double." So they interviewed us. So the economy's, it's not good. Let's add in there's war, another war overseas. We are heavily involved in both of those wars. Heavily involved. They are proxy wars, obviously. Those wars that we're heavily involved in, they do things to the economy too. They make certain people money. They make other people have lack of faith. So, we have an election coming. We have terrible politics. It's a mess. It's a hairy season. It's definitely on its toes, is what it looks like to me. I had a good year when I think, like, if I just blank my head and go, all right, what did you like about this year? Like, the first things to pop into my head, this was an entire year of, I did a lot of self-reflecting this year. This year. More than maybe the year before and the year before that. I did. I had ooh, I like this. I had a good year of writing. I had a good year of reading. I had a great year learning about the things I've been learning about. I had an internal growth year. That's what I would say. There you go. Someone just found the article. Oh, it's in the New York Post. Okay. It's on there. If you look up Cardone, New York Post, I think it comes up. There's some other weird New York Post articles with me. I've never seen Henry Rollins live. I've listened to him, but I have never seen him live. Yeah, that was my year. I will also say I had a great year with my Rambones band, and I wanted to show you. This is the Rambones set list. We're playing a show in January at the Surf Club. This is our set list. Yeah, how about that? Any Ramones fans? Look at that. That is a serious... It is the Torah of rock. Look at that. It's like a scroll. Yeah, I can't believe that I have this many Ramones songs in my head. And it's kind of a childhood dream to be able to do that. Well, I'm kind of proud that we're able to do it now. That was a good year. But I'm trying to think of shows that I did that were kind of note. You know, every year I do really neat shows, and I get to meet lots of people. I had many. You gotta come. No, well, this here is an hour and a half. This is an hour and a half show. Yeah, it's long. It's long. And there's actually 2 more songs on here we didn't put. Some of those songs, we just do them one right into another. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed this year. When I think back of this year, I go, did I like this year? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess I did. I mean, it was busy. I'm never not busy, but the economy is weird. And I'm extra. I'm what companies hire when they had a good year and they're throwing a party. Rich guys hire me. So I need people with money. I need a good economy, you know? Wow. I'm 99% sure I saw Dee Dee Ramone at the mall. He was in the area playing with Gigi and later at Blues Bars. Yeah, he did. He did the Gigi thing for a second. Yeah, I got to hang with Dee Dee for a minute. That was nuts. I've told that story on here a few times. I have such crazy memories. My rock and roll memories are quite extraordinary, and I'm very grateful I have them. When I'm an old man, that's what we're going to be. CJ Ramone play. Oh, so this Saturday at the Gramercy Theater in New York City, Marky will be playing, and I believe I'm going to show up and try to get people to sign my Ramones petition. I'm almost at 4,000 signatures. If anybody here goes to change.org and puts the word Ramones in, you will see my petition. Sign it. We're gonna name the amphitheater here after the Ramones officially. Like the actual New York City's gonna officially do it. It's gonna happen. We have the civics people. They submitted the letter to the parks. So that happened this year. So that is it's something I've always wanted to do. I mean, I'm a Ramones fan, and I don't know what to say. They shaped my life artistically. They were one of my biggest influences of all time, obviously. So the least I can do would be that as a tribute. And honestly, I always tell people, I'm just doing it for fun. That's all. It's fun for me, fun for you, and it's going to give everybody a reason to throw parties. This is the soundtrack to a lot of our lives, the Ramones. It's the soundtrack to our happiness and our pain. It's the soundtrack to our partying. It's the soundtrack to I wanna. It's the soundtrack to I don't wanna. It's the soundtrack to everything, at least for me and a lot of people I know. And it's an easy thing to do, and I'm having a blast doing it. So that's why I'm doing it. So that was part of my year. As for next year, 2024, well, my book, I want to have the first draft done in 4 weeks by the end of the year, and I think I can. It might not be perfect, but it's the draft is done. Now I need to just tweak it, fix it, edit it, and get it published. So that's next year. Next year's editing and publishing. Psychotherapy's on the list. Great song. The other goal is to get the sign up here. Let's get this Ramones thing, because I want to start on the statue. And the other thing is I'm producing a lot of shows, and next year I'm going to be appearing at a lot of tattoo conventions on the East Coast. Right now I am booked at 2. I'm booked at Asbury, New Jersey in June. I'm also booked first week of October, Salem, Virginia. So if you live near Virginia, I'll be there for 3 days emceeing and performing at the Salem, Virginia Heritage Arts Tattoo Convention. And I think there's going to be a few more. So that's, Oh, that's right, Lorcan. It's so funny that I kind of blanked on that, but I got to check it out. I don't even remember which essay I sent. I really don't. Which one did I send? When you said, do you have any essays, I know I was like, yeah, I got a few. Damn, which one did I send? I got to go look now. I forgot. I have so many of these essays now, I can't remember which is which. Yeah, I have too many. I have another book of essays. Aphorisms. Essays and aphorisms. I have a lot. I have the curse book, and then this other thing too. Eventually, I'll publish it. I'm having a blast writing. I always say this on the show, and I'm going to end on this. I always hated writing. It made me upset. I didn't like it. I didn't get it. I was good at coming up with ideas, but the actual wording and writing. And then I realized the reason why I didn't like it is because I knew how to write. And I knew exactly what was required to make it good. And my subconscious, knowing that I know exactly what to do, was like, that's a lot of work. And so I steered away from it. That's exactly what it was. Because when I first sat down and said, I want to learn how to do this, it wasn't like I wanted to learn. It was I had to. I was reading some kind of mind-altering things, And oh, that's right, it's not even out yet. I can't wait to see it. What's the name of the book? Put it in the thing. You can promote. Please promote it here. I knew what was needed to make it good. And it's the same thing that's needed for my magic tricks, an edit, a song. It's the same thing. They're all the same thing. And I just applied it. And the reason why it came out finally is because I was reading some brilliant stuff. I had ideas and thoughts that I'd never had before. I was seeing reality in a new way, and I needed to express it somehow. And writing seemed like the best way. Not necessarily speaking, but writing. Because when you write, you got to really think about the words you're using and why. Each meaning, each definition. Corey Taylor's from Slipknot's book, Seven Deadly Sins, is pretty satanic. I'm not familiar with that book. I do know him, but I don't know even much about him. And quite frankly, I don't know a lot about Slipknot. I know the band. I've seen them. I saw them early in their career. I was on the same label with them for a minute. That was crazy. Here's the book. Satan Always, 365 Days of Diabolical, Demonical Devilishness. Wow. D. Pretty cool. That's a fun alliteration. So is it 365 essays? Is it like that kind of a thing? Or entries? That's cool. I am a fan of aphorisms and essays. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If you told me a few years ago, 5 years ago, that I was going to enjoy writing, I never would have believed you. And since the day I decided to start my journey down the philosophy hole, I've been having a lot of fun writing. It's kind of one of my favorite things to do. So it's one of those things I'm going to continue with. It makes sense that I keep doing it. I see. It's an anti-devotional. I love it. Great idea. Now I'm going to go look at what I sent you. I forgot. It's something devilish, right? I didn't send you an essay on food or something, did I? Yeah, that is a good idea. An anti-devotional. Check out the book, A Cabinet of Roman Curiosities. Strange Tales, Surprising Facts from the World's Greatest Empire. Oh, here's a book that was just given to me as a present. It's a choose your own adventure. It looks like an old school choose your own adventure. Look at the title. Killing Hitler with Praise and Fire. It's called Killing Hitler with Praise and Fire, and it's a book. It's a choose your own adventure where you get to go back in time and get rid of Hitler. And I use the word get rid of because you don't have to kill him. It actually says in the beginning there's other creative ways to deal with Hitler in the story. I don't want to spoil it if anybody's interested in buying this book. It's kind of fun. It's a fun present for a book weirdo. But I beat this in 3 entries. Not kidding. It gives you a choice. I took it. It gives you another choice. I took it. And then it sent me, you won. You beat the game. I was like, oh my God, I figured out the puzzle in 1 second. I literally, I thought, I don't want to spoil it, but I thought if I was going to go back in time during Hitler's life, because that's what you get to pick, is like, what part of his life do you start and what do you deal with? I picked somewhere that I thought was what would do the trick and steer Hitler into a different direction. And I was right. I was right of what the author was thinking. But The essay I submitted was called I Know What You Have. Oh! Interesting. I'm not exactly sure the details, but I remember writing an essay where I talk about being able to communicate something silently, like I mentioned earlier, that is very powerful. Yeah, I do remember. I don't want to. I want people to buy it, so I'm going to tease them. But yeah, it's silent communication of an idea, a thought that if you can do it, you have an edge. And I think I'm pretty good at it. Yeah, now I'm remembering the essay. Excellent. Cool. I'm glad it's... I hope people like it. And it sounds like you're going to kill it with this thing. When does it come out, Lorcan? What month? And, you know, obviously you can post away in here. Oh, I want to say last week's episode, I had a blast. I did. I had a good time. It was a little debatey inside. There was an abortion debate on the morality of it, and which is great. I mean, I'm all for that. I it's just weird because I have a very different take on morality, as a lot of people do. I had a good time. I thought it was a good episode. What else? I'm trying to wrap this up. I wanted to say I did have a good year. I want to keep it moving. Keep it moving. Folks, if you feel lost, empty, and valueless, go make a sandwich. Go to the grocery store, buy ingredients, make some food, keep busy, do something, make art, write a book, make a picture, draw a paint a painting for your neighbor, make things. This is what humans do. I keep busy. I move forward. I realize my purpose that I like to claim as my purpose is I create moments of wonder, and I'm pretty good at it, and I give them to people as experiences. And when someone experiences wonder, it makes them filled with awe, which creates curiosity and happy chemicals. What more could we want? What more could I want? I get paid to do that. And so I can't complain. I can't complain about anything. I mean, I have pains and aches, and we all have our woes and things that we wish we had and don't have, right? We have all of these pains. But at the end of the day, I can't complain. The simplest things make me happy. They really do. A saltine cracker with anchovy and some peanut butter, an old comic book, and a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm pretty happy. Really. So, at the end of the day, the year was good. The economy ain't good. But I have my wits about me. And what else is there to do? Cheers, everybody. I hope you guys have... Thank you very much. It's honest advice just because it's what I've been doing and it seems to work. In my darkest hours, I go to my hobbies. To me, this is why you need a hobby. Things that make you curious. Remember when I said wonder causes curiosity? Curiosity is what is what made me who I am. I'll be quite honest. I was born with curiosity. I had a family that squirted lighter fluid on my curiosity. They let me be curious. But anytime I got shut down for being curious, it just made me more curious. But I'm just speaking from experience. That's all. I don't have much else to say. I don't think anybody should be a certain way other than the way they want to be. And it's funny because I hear a lot of people saying how they want to be, and they're saying it on the negative slant. Like, they don't even notice it. You know, they'll make a claim about what they should be doing, and I'm like, well, if they had that, they'd be just as miserable. Like, they're not really listening to themselves. And it's because they don't know what they want. I don't choose what I like. I've done entire episodes on that. You don't choose what you like. You don't have a free choice. You think you do, but you don't choose what you like and love. It's not happening. There's no choice. You either like it or you don't like it. You can be brainwashed to like something, but even that's not your own choice. So I don't choose what I like. I just like things, and I figured out what they were. Folks, I'd raise a glass, but I don't have any drink or ice. I do have a very large firecracker here. 3 grams. I didn't realize, but my doobies are 3 grams of power. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. Isn't that wild? That's how you have to focus these cameras. You have to put your hand out. I gave lessons on how to roll these. I've already modified my way of doing it. I'm going to go eat, smoke, and be merry. I'm going to reminisce about life. And I think I'll see you next week. Let me see. I think I have a show here next week. I'm going to be here. Let me check. The 11th, I should be here. Let's have another one. Wow, what a great one. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, if you're new, please say hi in the chat. Please hit the like and subscribe. It means the world to me. If you donate, dude, somebody gave me a huge donation tonight. Thank you very much. If you donate, listen, it all goes to me. Camillo, grazie. Party on, Tony. I mean, I do performing full time, so I don't refuse tips. And I enjoy creating thoughtful content, because why would I waste your time? Right? I want people to I'm trying to spark your curiosity, because when you're curious, I'm curious. It goes in circles. Lord Lorcan, you too. Have a great night, sir. And thank you for reminding me about that cool book that you're putting out. I forget a lot of little details these days, because I got a lot of pieces of a puzzle going on. I mean, I always tell people, you see this? That's what my brain's doing all the time. There's lots of things going on. So, cheers on your book. I can't wait to see it, and I will help you promote it when it's time. I'm going to take us out with probably the outro. And I have so many good videos in my doc that I was thinking of ending with, let me, no, I don't want that. Ooh, what? I have one here marked Elvis. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. Dead Kennedys, Elvis. I wanted to play something. I know what I'm going to play. I am going to play I'm going to play, let me see. Let You Have a Really Dark Night. I don't know what to play. I'll figure it out. I'm going to surprise you. I have a few videos I always play. Like, that odorous rant is one of the greatest rants. You know, I'm going to play the odorous rant. And the reason is it pertains to my feelings towards the music industry and Hollywood. So, let's do the odorous rant, and then I'll take us out with my outro. Thank you very much. It's been episode 153. I only do this because I have a really good live crowd, and it's getting better and better. My algorithm, I think, is helping me a little bit. So thank you, everybody. Really. Party on.
Oh, it was an absurd disaster. It was a debacle. You know, we went, they nominated us for a Grammy, and then they didn't even want us to come to the damn party. We showed up anyway, you know, hung around until Michael Jackson was done, and then beat it before Billy Ray Cyrus hit the stage. I mean, I could go on and on. You know, we were posing for some stupid photograph with Michael Green, the president of NARIS at the time, and the LA Times had asked me, they said, Odorous, what do you think about being nominated for a Grammy? And I replied, quite honestly, it means nothing to me. It is a meaningless accolade bestowed upon Guar by a retarded child. Now, apparently that didn't go over very well with the showbiz community, whom I live to destroy. Now, let me tell you something. Those fucking celebrities giving each other awards is the last thing they need. Heaping gift bags with $50,000 watches inside of them, the privileged elites of your society, heaping prizes and praises and meaningless awards. What about an award for that girl who's working 60 hours a week so she can feed her 2 kids because her husband is overseas fighting your freaking war so you guys can have your gas-guzzling fucking... Sorry, I get a little worked up about that shit. And then Dave Grohl gets up there on the Grammys. He's like, hey, I'm Dave Grohl. Oh, God, please let me suck some more corporate cocks. I get some more cocks in my mouth. I'm like, oh, quick, let's get some more cocks on stage for Dave Grohl to suck. He's not sucking enough. We think he can suck some more. Get Billy Joe from Green Day over here. Let him suck some cocks, too. They're like, okay, bring him in, guys, bring him in. Still, there wasn't enough cocks for Dave Grohl to suck. He actually, do you know that Dave Grohl had his teeth removed so he could fit more cocks in his mouth?